Hey guys and girls, my name is Derek. Jared asked me to talk a little bit more about goal setting along with preparing mentally for the summer. This is going to be my third summer so far. I went to New Jersey the first year and then Maryland, and now we're all going to go to good old Colorado. And just first things first, I actually love making goals, especially just in the process of just thinking about it, finding deep down what my true desires are, and then making a little action plan, or when I receive that action plan, to go ahead and act upon it. Since I got back from my mission, it's been about 5, 6 years now. It's been a little bit, to be honest. I've been reading a lot of different books about self-help books, sorry, along with other people that have accomplished a lot in their lives, especially when they become millionaires. A lot of them are become millionaires in many different ways, but some of the main things they have in common are when they're visualizing, setting goals, and literally repeating what they want in their life, what their goals are, and then writing them down with pen and ink or even pencil. So sometimes they like to look at the goals, repeat it from their journal so they can see their own handwriting to make it more personalized for them. And they also like to talk as if it already happened, just like I bought my dream house before December 21st of the year 2027, or I sold 250 accounts during the summer of 2021. So there are many ways you can make this meaningful for you specifically. And I don't know what it is, but all of them tend to talk about how when you do these things subconsciously, it puts it in your mind and it just starts working. There's been a lot of different success stories where they literally on their vision board, it comes to pass. The one guy, I can't think of his name right now. Jared's gonna tell me what it is probably later on, but his brother decided to make a vision board maybe 15, 20 years later. He put his vision board, of course, in a container, and then he took it out, and it just so happened it was the same house that that he put on his vision board, which that's no coincidence in my book. I think it really happens. And to be honest, I actually started doing a vision board as well, and writing down. Actually, I bought a feather and ink for $20. I know it's kind of crazy, but to make it more personalized for me and more meaningful, that way everything I wrote had to be precise and good enough for me. So I wrote in my journal with a feather and ink, and I tell myself that every morning and every night. And I look at the vision board if I had it with me, which I'm going to in the summer. And I'm currently in Texas right now. That's why. But yeah, so far I've had a couple things already come to pass in my vision board, and I'm not going to tell you what they are. I challenge you to make your own vision board, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's go ahead and start talking about this. So I just have a few questions. Just ask yourself, what do I need to do what do I want to achieve this summer? Hopefully, if you guys have thought about that already. But if not, here are just some questions that I've ran across when I first started. I want to prove to all the naysayers that I am successful and that I can do hard things. This job is not easy for everybody. I've met a lot of people that have gone through major anxiety, major depression, and sadly they might have had to go home or they struggled. But I've met a lot of people that, or at least one person specifically, had major anxiety and depression every single day, but seriously crushed it on the doors. When he was on it, he got at least 9 to 10 every single day, and it just amazed me what you can do if, as long as you just push yourself and you have those goals that keep moving you forward. Yeah, when I first started, I had a lot of people tell me that you probably shouldn't do this, and they heard from their friend or their sister or their great uncle, just random people that weren't successful in this job. But to be honest, there's a lot of people that are, and my mother-in-law and even my brother, people are you need to talk to this person. They were a hard worker too, but they weren't that good. And most of them that I've talked to, they're yeah, it was actually a really good experience, except the people I was with. The people I was with were very negative, and they started to get on each other's backs a little bit. They didn't like management. They blamed the area, had a lot of excuses. And to be honest, it seemed as though they realized that it was with the team. Luckily, you guys are with a team that are positive, motivated, and a lot of us have already sold for at least 1 year, which is huge, especially having that as a backup in your environment. That's just a huge bonus for everyone on the team, that everyone's already positive and motivated and striving for success in this job or career if you want. Now, another question I would ask is, I want to make, like, what do you want to do to achieve this summer, right? So I want to make enough money that I don't have to work throughout the year if I choose not to. Not many people can do that, especially a summer job. Not many people can say that at all. So before I started this job, I was installing closets for around $30 to $33 an hour. So it is pretty good. It was actually really decent, especially for just working, not even graduating yet. But then my wife actually got in a car accident on her mission, and around a year and a half into our marriage, all of a sudden, thousands of dollars of medical bills were unpaid. So we had to pay for those. And by the time we decided to go and sell in New Jersey for the first summer, I went by myself while my wife Emily stayed behind, and we literally only had $300 to our name after all those medical expenses were paid off. And after 1 month of working, I have not worried about money as much ever since. And I've had the option to, I can just focus on school. If I really want to, I can just focus on school and not have to work throughout the whole summer. And I was able to put my wife through school through that way too, which is huge, and not many people can say that. And we're going to go debt-free. Even if I go to grad school, we're going to go debt-free, which is huge. Let's see. Yeah, another one is, I want to service 150 accounts, 200 accounts, 250 accounts, or even 500 accounts, whatever it is. Have you asked yourself, how am I going to do this? If you're in school, are you at UVU? If you're at UVU, you probably have from May 10th to August 18th, which is 87 sales days. So you have 87 days to do that. And if you're at BYU, it's from April 26th to August 25th. That's 105 sales days. So you have an additional, give or take, 20 more days. So 18 more days than those at UVU. And that's what I was at. I was at UVU before I transferred to BYU, and I had those around the same amount of time. So let's just say your goal is to sell 200 accounts. So that's 2.3 basically accounts per day for UVU students, and 1.9/2 sales a day for BYU students. And so basically one sell for every 4 hours you're knocking. So that's actually pretty good, only 2 sales a day, and occasionally you have to get 3, or like 1 every 2 hours and 45 minutes, which isn't bad at all. This is just a numbers game. If you want to be successful, just knock the doors. Even if you're having a hard time one day and you're like, man, this is kind of hard. I don't believe you should always stay in just going through the motions, but sometimes you need to. If you just go through the motions, all of a sudden you get that one sell, and then that just motivates you to get the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. Literally that brings up, I have a little couple examples I want to, hair in my mouth, a couple examples I want to bring up to that. So another question is, what type of worker will I be when it's halfway through the summer and it's hot outside and I've knocked over 10,000 doors and I've heard every objection known to man and woman? And you can become the master salesman or master saleswoman. That doesn't matter. It's still not going to be as easy, but it's going to be easier if your mind's in the right place. Now, I would say that those that are most disciplined, actually, let me back up. I believe what sets a good summer from a great summer is what you decide to do with this question. So I would say that the most disciplined from the beginning and stick to the same routine every single day are going to have a strong summer and even a great summer that can truly change your life for the whole year. Now, it all starts with discipline and consistency. I know some of the top reps, they straight up, it's like some of them get up at 5:30. That's when they get out, work out, and then they read a book, and then read an hour in a book, and then study for an hour, and then just keep going like that every single day for the whole summer, and they're very successful. There's one guy that I admire a lot. He serviced over 800 accounts I sold with him. He legit ate the same sandwich every morning for the whole summer. And that's another key indicator. Before the summer even happens, you need to decide what you're going to do when certain situations come. Or just like, what am I going to eat for breakfast? What am I going to eat for lunch? What am I going to eat for dinner? What am I going to eat after I get home from knocking? You kind of need to have somewhat of a plan so that way you don't have to expend energy in the summer because you're going to need all the energy you have. You literally need to eat, drink, sleep, summer cells, or Axiom pest control, because this is going to be your life and it can really set you apart to have a great summer. You just try to make all these little choices beforehand so that way you have enough energy to achieve your goals and achieve your dreams and set you up for a great summer and a great year altogether, especially financially, academically, and mentally. This is by far one of the best things you can do for your mind. And if you stick through it, you're going to be so proud of yourself, I guarantee it. Those that truly give it their best every single day of the summer will not have any regrets. I guarantee that. You will not have any regrets if you give it your best. And you need to decide today, not tomorrow, or especially not when you're halfway through the summer and you're having that hard day, what you're going to do in a certain situation. All right, it's halfway through the summer, I'm exhausted, my knees kind of hurt. Okay, they really hurt. What am I going to do? Am I going to sit down on this curb? Am I just going to give up, take a little rest here, take a little rest there? Or am I just going to, I'm going to take a breather, maybe for 5 minutes maximum, if that, and then just keep knocking. Once you keep knocking, the stress is going to start going away. You're going to feel better. And then once you get that cell, all of a sudden that horrible day turned into an amazing day. And I don't know what it is, but once you get one cell, even if you want to go eat something, I would keep knocking at least 10 to 20 doors. Because once you get one cell, most of the time you get a cell right after it. I don't know why, it just happens. For me, for other people, once you get a cell, it's like you're in that cell mood or that emotion in your mind and in your heart, and you just keep going. So just do it. That's one huge advice from a lot of the top 1% of this industry. Once you get a cell, at least knock 10 to 20 more doors, at least. Even if if it's at 9 o'clock at night, I would probably knock at least 5 more doors that I see the lights are on. If it's pitch black, of course, I wouldn't go upset a mom that just put down her baby. But if the lights are on, I'd probably go knock it, give it a shot, because you're in that mindset of selling. And yeah, it can be scary at times. So do what you feel comfortable. And sometimes if you stay in that comfort zone, you'll miss the sales. I've gotten plenty of sales when someone was mad at me at one door, and then I went to the next door neighbor and got the sale. Actually, quite a few times it's happened to me. And if we make I forget that part, but I remember during my first summer, the team that I was working with, they decided that throughout the whole year we're not gonna sit on a curb. To be honest, mentally I was like, I don't really believe that, but I will not sit on a curb because you guys said not to, because everyone's different. Some people might have major knee problems and you might have to sit on a curb and get a couple minutes rest for your knee's sake. But for me, I wouldn't. From that day, I was like, nope, even though I don't believe it, I'm not going to sit on a curb. I might stand for like 1 or 2 minutes in the same spot and just like take a breather. But other than that, no, I wouldn't do it. But I remember probably a month in after we made that goal, I was walking, like selling. Okay, I actually had one on the day. I had 0. I lied. I had 0 that day. I was walking, saw Jose sitting down across the street in his area, and I yelled like, "Hey, what's up, Jose?" And then in my mind, I was like, "Oh man, I really want him to have a better day. I'll be upbeat and like try to motivate him to keep going while I walk even faster to the next doors." So I waved to him, talked to him. I keep knocking. I see him get up. He starts knocking, and within 2 doors, like, I got a sell. It was almost pitch black. It was like 8:30, 8:45 at night. It was about to get dark. It was just a single lady, and she bought. I was really surprised. I didn't like come across scary or anything, and it just makes me wonder. I finished with 1. Jose finished with 0 that night, and it just makes me wonder if he would have kept knocking instead of sitting on the curb for who knows how long, he could have got one more sell as well, if not 2 or 3. Because I've been in situations where it's 7:30 and I had 0, and by 9 o'clock I had 3 cells. So you put in the hours, you're going to find the cells. One way or another, they're going to come. This is straight up another numbers game. really just comes down to numbers, numbers, and more numbers. And that reminds me of another kid where we were literally knocking the same area. One road left. I ran into him. He was dealing with some major depression along with marriage issues, which is huge. He was just leaning against like a road railing, and I was like, "Hey man, let's go finish these knocks. Like, let's just go." We both had one cell, and then it was 3:30. Sorry, it was 3:30 on a Saturday, so not many. You just like half hour left, and then we can go party or do whatever. And then he's like, "No, you just go do it." So I knocked all of them, got 2 more cells within that half hour. So I finished with 3 and he finished with 1 when it could have been 2 and 2. So literally, you just sometimes got to go through those motions. When you're in those moments, just go through the motions. You will feel better if you're working. Just like the mission, if you just keep knocking and just work, you'll forget about yourself and just keep knocking. And eventually, this is going to become a fun game, especially when you have someone that you want to look up to. You should always find someone that you're chasing on the team. You're like, all right, I'm always chasing. You don't have to tell them. You're always like, I'm always chasing you because I want to be just as good, if not pass you eventually. And they should find someone else that's like very similar to your abilities and always try to beat them on that day. You don't have to tell them. Just try to beat them every single day. And I guarantee it helps. I remember my first year when I'd like keep up or if not start to pass the people that I've already sold for like 2 or 3 years, all because it was up here. I'm like, it's okay. I'm just going to keep up with them. But yeah, a lot of people have done that. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, and especially when you're in those hard times, for me, I like to just stop, think about my goals, why I'm here. Like, truly, why are you here? Eventually money's not going to matter. The reason why I'm here is because I want to be able to play catch and be coach all my kids in sports and not having to rely on a 9 to 5 job. I want to be in control of my destiny and my time, not just some 9 to 5 job and some boss that could stop me from like being there for my kids. That's my main motivator. Even before I was married, that was my main thing. Like, I got to get to the point where I can coach my kids and money is not an issue anymore. And so far, this track is looking like that's going to happen, and it's going to happen. And what's my daily schedule going to look like this summer? This is just an example, something that I'm going to try to stick very good to. If not, get a little bit more sleep, because I think sleep is huge in this industry, especially since we're going to try this new thing where we'll have the morning. Usually, we just go from 9 to 9. So this is huge that we're having a morning to yourselves. So, and then just knocking from 1 to 9, which the top 2 guys in the industry, literally this is their schedule when they knock 1 through 9 or 12 through 9. But this is just an example schedule, sorry for this part. So 6:30, get up and go to the gym, listen to an audiobook for at least 10 to 15 minutes. 7:30, get showered, get ready, and eat breakfast, read the scriptures. And I'll go ahead and post this on the links below as well so you can see this for an example. 9 o'clock, role play at least 2 times. Focus on the hard objections that you had the day before. And then 9:25, watch at least 2 videos on that objection or what you're feeling with Door-to-Door University. I would highly suggest watching Door-to-Door University. They have a lot of good stuff on there every single day, if not 5 minutes at least. By the end of the summer, I hope that all of us have finished Door-to-Door University 3 to 5 times. And yeah, there's a lot of gold nuggets that once you get like more invested in the summer, you'll realize, oh, I should probably say that better. Or I should say that. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that, trust me. If I've had to say that to myself, and this is my 3rd year, I guarantee all of you will start saying the same thing. So just keep being humble. 10 o'clock, review your goals and visualize them happening already. 10:30, prepare lunch and eat it. Do whatever else you need to do to prepare for the meeting. 11:40, leave for the meeting. 12, meeting. 1 o'clock, first door knocked. Try your best, 1 o'clock, no matter what, you're knocking your first door. Try to decide in advance where you're gonna knock, and like that door is what the first one I'm gonna be knocking. And then eat a snack, 4 o'clock, eat another snack, 6 o'clock, last door, 9 o'clock. Knock on homes that have lights on them on your way back to your car. Pick up your car partner at 9:15. Write down 3 gratefuls for the day and what you can do and what things you can do better with. What things you can do better. And then just get to know your car partner. We're all here, help each other out. Just get to know each other. And then 9:45, talk with spouse, do the dishes, if there is any. And then for me, just mentally check out, spend time with my family, and truly enjoy those precious moments with them. And then the next question I would do is, what do I need to do now to get all my distractions out of my mind and settled before leaving for the summer? Some of the questions: have I finished all my tax stuff? If I'd probably finish all your tax stuff before the summer happens. That way you're good to go and you don't have to expend any more energy. Once again, energy is huge in the summer. Just saying. You got to keep as much as you can. Play it dumb. Just always have this simple. Keep life's kiss, right? Keep it simple, stupid. I would definitely suggest listening to that for the summer. Are there any relationships that you need to mend before you leave for the summer? That could be a huge distraction and hold you back from having a very successful summer. You can still do well. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely helps having that one less distraction. Do you have an iPad? That's a good question. Does your iPad have cellular data plan already on the iPad? Are you going to use hotspot from your phone to use your iPad, or are you just going to use that cellular data? That's really up to you. You probably want to decide before you get out to the summer. But of course, if you're out there, you can always find a good wireless provider out there. Usually AT&T is pretty solid anywhere you go, but it might not be. But we'll see. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Like I was saying, some of the best salesmen eat the same breakfast. This guy, like I said, over 800 accounts, ate sandwich every single morning, which is insane to me. But if that's what it is, that's what it is. I might do 2 or 3, but not just one. Okay. Yeah, once again, make sure you have a plan when those hard times come. That way you're ready in advance so you know what's going to happen. So you're not just like, oh, am I going to go here? Am I going to go there? What am I going to do? Oh, no, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of choices, especially when you're tired and exhausted. You don't want to think. You want to be like, oh, I'm gonna knock. Like, I'm so tired. I don't care, dude. It's a day. It's Wednesday. It's a good Wednesday, man. It's 11 o'clock or 2 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock. It's 7:59. It's 8:59. I'm gonna go knock one more door. Sometimes you gotta go every 30 seconds. I'm just gonna knock one more door. You tell yourself that for every all right, I'm just gonna knock one more. Just one more. Just literally one door at a time. Sometimes that's all you can do. Literally not go through the motions as much as possible, but try to just go, if you need to, one door at a time. It's less intimidating when you decide, all right, just one more door. Just one more door. Just one more door. Just one more door. Oh, I got a cell. Sweet. 5 to 10 more doors. Here we go. Oh, another cell. It happens. So just keep being positive. That's huge in this industry. Just being positive and just being a good person. And always be honest with people. Don't try to just be cheap and get the sell. Trust me, it will get around and bite you in the butt. Honesty is by far the best policy. It's something we've heard since primary, but it's true. Stay true to other people, and good things will happen to you, no doubt. In one way or another, in this job or in life, being honest is the best route to go. Nothing's more valuable than honesty than money. Money is not as valuable as honesty. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, and then, I would suggest listen to audiobooks at least 15 to 20 minutes every single day. So, self-help books, other different books. Once again, that one kid that I respect a lot, he always reads, Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone before every summer. So if I were you, I would highly suggest trying to read that book before the summer. It is huge, and it's a good thing to apply not only in sales, but in everything in your life. But if you read this book, you're going to realize life is sales. Every day you're going to be sold or you're going to be selling. In one way or another, it's that simple. Now, here's another Extreme Ownership by Jocko, Willink. I'll put all these books in the subscription as well, in the bottom part of YouTube, whatever that's called. Yeah, Extreme Ownership, along with Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, Think and Grow Rich, The Richest Man in Babylon, The 10X Rule, The Psychology of Selling, Never Split the Difference, How to Own Your Own Mind by Napoleon Hill. The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. These are huge. So my personal takeaways, I would write down your goals, make them as vivid as you can possibly can. The more vivid, the better. If you can feel it, you can taste it, you can sense it, you can truly smell it, or how it makes you feel, it's just going to get that much more in your mind. That's going to be that much more attainable. The biggest man is the one that can visualize the most and the greatest. Now, the next one, of course, would be the action plan. Just like Think and Grow Rich, once you got that, or those random ideas that come to you to help you to be more successful in door-to-door or in anything in life, just do it. You're going to get those inspirational thoughts. Just do it. Don't be willing to just quit after when it gets hard. Thomas Edison, 10,000 tries or experiments before he was able to develop the light bulb. That's some major consistency and persistence. If he can do it, after all those tries, we can probably knock at least 200 doors a day, or at least 150 to 200 doors, depending on the area and how far apart the houses are. Now, another thing was, have a plan already set in motion. So that way you don't waste too much energy thinking in the summer, and that way you can focus on selling bugs, pest control, not bugs, and selling people, not products. So just sell, everyone, they buy from people they like, so just be happy and positive, and things will go your way as long as you're trying, and head nodding, of course. And then stick to a schedule, be disciplined with that from the beginning, so that way it can help you stay true halfway through the summer. Always stay positive. This by far is the hardest mental game you will ever face. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Having to knock on strangers' doors, having to deal with rejection in one way or another. Just know one person might tell you no or yell in your face, and yet the neighbor can say, yes, let's go do this. I was waiting for you guys. Let's have an $800 contract value, $1,000. Just something reasonable, but something amazing. We can always do that. But yeah, I hope that's it. I hope that helps you guys, and I know it helped me get motivated and more ready for the summertime, and I'm excited to play with you guys. This is play the game with you guys, not play with you guys, just play the game with you guys. So I'm excited for that. And just to start out this awesome game, I am challenging each and every one of you. Anyone that sells more than me in every month, if you sell more than me, I'm going to get you guys 20 Gatorades. So that's the challenge for me to everyone on the team. If you sell more than me in a month, I will get you 20 Gatorades. And if I have to give you 120 Gatorades after the 6 months, okay. But most of us are only going to do it for like 3 to 4 months, which is fine too. But yeah, challenge is thrown out there. The gauntlet is thrown. But yeah, guys and girls, I can't wait to see you guys in Colorado, and let's go ahead and play this game together. All right, have a good one, guys. See ya.